Lately, I've been finding myself deep inside the rabbit hole of self-improvement videos. And somehow after hours of consuming this content, I let out this sigh. It's not because these videos don't motivate me, and they do, but it's because I finally realized the pattern, the loop, the problem.
Then you don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
A small hit of motivation that only lasts a couple of hours before you need another dose. It becomes an addiction, leaving you in a state of constantly wanting more. It's time to ask yourself, is it really motivation you need, or is it discipline? Life is not easy. It's a constant battle with yourself to fight the excuses of, it's too hard, it's not worth it, to fight the doubts from yourself and others. What separates dreamers from winners is discipline. We've heard it everywhere, and we're tired of hearing it, but do you really know what it means? Discipline isn't a relaxing retreat where you feel good about yourself. Discipline is not comfortable, and you will hate it. But if done right, it will transform you into the people you envy every day. When I graduated college, I was so lazy. I didn't do anything with my degree. Every interview I've been to, I went unprepared, treated it like it was a quick chat with a mate. If they don't want me, it's their loss. No, it's my loss. Someone more prepared and qualified than me has filled that position, and I'm still so delusional thinking that a multi-billion-dollar company will fall without me as their employee. I keep hearing these affirmations that are meant to be positive, but it only just enables my negative behavior. For too long, I've been thinking that there was nothing wrong with me. I don't need to change, and they should love me for who I am. There are truths to these statements, but I see too many of us has taken these as an excuse to not push ourselves to improve. I was so undisciplined in seeing anything through. I was stuck in a mindset of I'm perfect the way I am. But then we wonder, why is life so unfair, and feel like the world is out to get us? You can't change the world, but you can change yourself. We've all heard the saying, you are who you hang around with, and it couldn't get more accurate than that. I want you to take a moment and think of the people you hang around with right now. Now let me ask you this, is that someone you want to become one day? If their answer is yes, then congratulations, you're on the right path. But if the answer is no, then you might want to find a different group of people. Now, I'm not telling you to burn bridges, but to get inspiration from people you aspire to be like one day. If you want to be a dentist, find other people that are also striving to be one. Or if you can, people that are already in the field would be even better. This is where I reconnected with my high school friend Matt, a successful entrepreneur running a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. That is someone I aspire to be one day. Matt shared me an effective strategy to give yourself a boost of energy, anywhere, at any time, on command. And I'm going to share it to you for free. Let me explain the science behind it first. When we get excited or want to celebrate, what do? Jump up and down? Get the zoomies? Throw a fist in the air? For some reason, a simple fist thrown into the air sends the same signal of excitement or celebration to your brain. That dull, lazy feeling you get when you're tucked nice and warm in your bed gets instantly replaced with a surge of energy. I use this almost every day, and it's just general nature to me now. So next time you're feeling down, try this trick. I genuinely hope this works for you as effective as it is for me. When I was 20, I lacked discipline in every way. I was in an environment where there were no consequences of acting the way I did. I lived with my parents, there were no bills, no rent, and I had a fridge full of food every day. My sleep schedule was inconsistent. At times I sleep at 2 AM and wake up at 1 PM. My mum forced me to get a job, so reluctantly I did. I've gotten my first part-time job at Woolworths. For my American viewers, Woolies is an Australian version of your Walmart. Great. I've got a job, so I should have some sort of discipline now, right? Not quite. Getting forced to be disciplined by someone is very different from self-discipline. Let me share a childhood trauma that still haunts me to this day. When I was younger, I hated studying. One night, I had to finish my math homework before I could sleep, and I was horrible at it. My mum was next to me. Don't bother wiping your tears, you're gonna cry more anyway. That whole experience just made me hate studying even more. You are at war against yourself, only you can make the difference. Discipline is like a muscle that needs to be exercised daily, and like every muscle, it can be trained and become stronger. You can't expect someone to lift the weights for you to become stronger. You actually gotta put in the work and be consistent with it. If I'm being honest, I actually significantly improved my discipline by finding purpose and passion in my life, but that's easier said than done, and a lot of us find it hard to even do the things we have passion in, or find that passion in the first place. So it can't be your only source to fuel your discipline. Discipline is also known as consistency, and that's where we need to focus on, not the short bursts of motivation we get from videos. Although it will help us get started, but in the long run, it's up to us. So, How do we stay consistent? When I worked for Tesla, I loved what I did. I didn't realize it back then, but I was subconsciously building my discipline. If it was a weekend or a weekday, I woke up every day at the same time, no matter what. I physically couldn't sleep in. It got into the point where my body clock adjusted to wake up at 7 AM with or without an alarm. My role at Tesla was quite repetitive. Some may see that as a bad thing, but I loved it. I loved how it was routine. It was the feeling of being in control and know what was coming next. But as repetitive as it is, it was a big job. Most people get overwhelmed managing and keeping track of over 400 cars daily, but I had a system to break the job into smaller tasks by simply giving cars that are getting delivered early a priority. Made an overwhelming 400 come down to an easy 60 car a day. Okay, I'm not saying this to boast how good I was at my job, but to show what I did could be adapted into anything you want. Discipline is just a fancy word for consistency. To be consistent, you need to have a routine, and you can start that by simply waking up at the same time every day. Just by doing that, I would say you're already more disciplined than most people who don't. It takes an average of 2 months to form a habit. 2 months of pain for a lifetime of discipline is a trade I will take any day. What also worked for me is time blocking. I'm sure you heard of it, but for those who haven't, it's a productivity hack that has been around for ages. I have no idea why I only just started using this in my personal life, when I've been forced to use it at school and work. I personally haven't found a good free time blocking app on the App Store yet. Now, I was going to end the video here, but I just came back from an art gallery date with my fiance, and while I was there, I stumbled upon a wall of art, Young Archie. It's an art competition in Australia specifically for kids that are under 18. Kids as young as 7 have found their passion and have the discipline to complete an artwork like this. And I found it so inspiring that if they could do it, so could I. And if I could do it, you definitely can.